And welcome back to welcome back to another gameplay video. Welcome to walkthrough of Trium Series and Treaties. Preview of the beta. I am this one, and I did some things which we'll be showing off today, which we'll be testing today, which I am, I didn't mean to do that time exactly. But we are going to be testing out Owlbear Rodeo, another VTT. It actually might make it into my into the recommendations for VTTs to use, but I don't think you really need a recommendation for a specific software if we're not getting paid for it, of course. And it would look like you're getting paid to go a certain way, and if there's any if there's any issues that may arise with the management or whatever, like what happened with Roll20, then that would not look good upon you per se. By the way, my heart rate is 130, and I've been relaxing for a couple hours now. My air intake is like 96, 98, which is actually 96, 97, which is pretty high for me. I wanted to stream this, but if I had to take a break, I would have to take a break in the middle of streaming, and I hate doing that. So that's why we're doing the stream-like video today. But that reminds me, maybe I shouldn't even have Reddit in there, because I stopped using Reddit because Reddit sucks. Reddit as a concept is good, but Reddit, how it actually turns out, is what moderators think they're gods. Probably because they have power on their little not even servers. But anyway, and then Reddit takes down a lot of things that deems unworthy of the modern day. Disagree, agree? I don't know, because I never went on any of those subreddits, but it's hard to support someone that does that without listing an essay as why I took down each individual one. But anyway, so yeah, after this discussion, we're gonna do something real quick. The heck is it? Oh, there, we're checking it out. We might not even need 30 dice. I'll keep it there, but I'll keep it there probably for vehicles, to be honest. If the vehicle gets involved, you might want to have more dice. Well, I've been thinking about ways of eliminating the armor, which in order to limit armor, you have to limit dice. Unless I make dice into strictly a hitting mechanic, which I don't want. I want it to be also damaging mechanic. Well, I must always write it out. Okay, that's fine. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? That's better. But anyway, so when we go down here, well, I did the thing I want to do in the last video. I guess this is more about their other works than a true gameplay video. They'll be both, don't you worry. I'm actually getting pretty hot because, again, the high heart rate. And maybe wondering why do I have a high heart rate when I've just been sitting in my chair for a couple hours. Just relaxing, watching Fallout videos, which are relaxing, I swear. But anyway, it's because of... it's because of my blood pressure medicine. It's specifically designed not to raise your heart rate. Yeah, my heart doesn't want my blood pressure lowered, so it's pumping really fast to get my blood pressure back high. That's the only way I can think about it. And my heart doctor, or my blood pressure doctor, I should say, my kidney and blood pressure doctor, just for the blood pressure though, he Yeah, he said that's not the case. I don't think he's met me before. Which, no, we haven't. This is like, the next time we go is going to be our 4th session, but I'm going to have to get an appointment before that because 130 is not cool, and I'm already cheating by taking a second dose of the heart rate lowering medicine because when I took the blood pressure medicine, the second time it was going too fast, and I had to stop it. And as long as it's different than the first time, don't take medicine without instructions, kids. Although I am taking it because of the instructions of the first in the morning, but I'm taking it again at night because I'm taking it with my blood pressure medicine twice now instead of just the blood pressure in the morning. Because it's not lasting all day. It lasts until I take the blood pressure medicine, and then my heart rate gets back up, so I have to lower it again. But when it comes down to a choice between having a high heart rate or maybe taking 2 pills without speaking to a doctor first, no. We're going to talk to the doctor first. You may wonder when I get off the blood pressure medicine because the blood pressure be really high otherwise. That may be natural for me, but it's very, very risky. But anyway, so with that explained, that might be a Dear Select spot. This might be a multi-part video. Who knows? But anyway, or it might just be the other works. The other works, basically just a non-stream stream. Anyway, so I got Ready done. Ready, now I can call out to people and use them. I also need to go, I also need to make a range for healings. But as you can see, as you can't see actually, but yeah, actually as you can see, I lowered it from, let's say, 1 to 5 to 1 to 3, and this one's 4 to 10. Normally it's 4 to 6 after level 1 weapons, but once they get started getting big, there was no other way to do it. Actually, that should be. And maybe for heavy weapons, 11, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. And heavy weapons could be its own category. And it could have the Dark Soul stats of you can use it with under strength, but with 2 hands, but you really can't. But they're going to be on this variable scale of how much strength, how much power you have. I'll just copy and paste this. Even this is pretty dicey. I might not even be able to do this. Oh no. Oh no, yeah, 30. But I want to at least get the update to the last video. Oh, not to the last video, you know what I mean. But as you can see, I lowered the dice needed to roll for weapons. So it's going to be a very low number game, except, well, a low number to get to vehicles. Which would make the vehicles more handy because it'll be in the dozens instead of being in the hundreds. And I also started implementing, if you go to 1,000 XP, it's automatically a token. So I need to make tokens, level up tokens. Well, you can buy level up tokens, and when you at the end of the session, fair amount of EXP, but a token normally would be 1,000. Oh, that's how I would explain it. Thank you, myself, and thank you, by the way. You were awesome. You were the entire reason I came up with that. Yes. I mean, what else? I mean, I'm recording something, so there's partial. So I'm not completely joking, but still, I'm making you feel good. But anyway. Digging myself a hole. Okay. Which, by the way, my normal heart rate is around 80. By around 80, I mean 80 or above. is my normal heart rate, below 100. 80 to 100, 80 to 100 is my normal heart rate. I have a very high heart rate range, oddly. It's high all the time, but also not that high all the time either. Weird. But it's not supposed to get that high unless in extreme circumstances such as medicines messing with it. But anyway, alright. And here's the armor, by the way. I'm going to need to lower this even more. That's what the test is going to be about. Is going to be tweaking the numbers so it makes sense. $1,000 EXP. Okay, got that done. Anything else we need to go over before I take it over to past, future, whatever me, the next me. Before I take it over to next time, not really. Other than it's kind of scary doing this massive update, massive update. So I'm stuttering. But other than doing this massive update, yeah. Well, other than doing this massive update to the game, swapping out the numbers, but it had to be done. 4 hours I feel, is too long. I want it to be faster than that. It's not that long compared to a mass war game like Warhammer 40k, for example. For example, it sets up really fast, so you can set up in less than 10 minutes, but it's gonna take you a few hours. It's gonna take you 4 hours to play. Meanwhile, Warhammer 40k has been known to be a play-all-day game. You set it up slowly, it goes the entire day, get your army ready, get everything ready, and then you put it all on the board, and you mess with the board, and then you fix the board, and then you got your dudes on the board, and your tanks, and then you can play, and then when you play it takes like 2 hours max. So in reality, my game is not worse than Warhammer 40k. It's a whole lot better to get into, whole lot better to, because you can do everything for free. Just get the rules and go on Owlbear Rodeo, and that's time. When we're showing you how to do that, you can also use army soldiers and legitimately play it. There's also a few other games that do that too, like one page rules has army soldier rules. They swap modern rules too, so you can play with the modern actual army soldiers, not the medieval kind, which I only found one on Amazon. Literally, I only found one in stock. So yeah, but actually, they're actually the correct size you need for modern ones anyway. Are the correct size you need for Trium, which is nice, an inch squared, or 2 centimeters squared, which we should fix that. There are spaces. One inch, 2 centimeter. Yeah, that's just best. I could do millimeters, but there'd be 100 of them because millimeters suck like that. Or no, you know, like 20 millimeters. But then again, who uses a ruler like that, or a yardstick, or anything? Some people from America, but like when you use a ruler, you use the centimeters because you can actually see the freaking things, and count them. I don't think there's a ruler that's a millimeter ruler ever to exist. I could be wrong. It just has millimeters on it and tells you the increments of them in 100 or every 10. That would be nice, but let's not use millimeters either. You use millimeters by the individual millimeter amount, or else you use centimeters. But then again, metric is weird because unlike, for example, I'm 5'7" in the statement. In metric, I'm like 310 or whatever millimeters or centimeters. They don't have a concept of I would be 1.7 or I'd be 1.9. Yeah, I'd be like 1.9 meters tall. Actually, that's a weird concept. I have never seen that. I've never seen that portrayed in media. I've only seen it done in centimeters and millimeters for the rest, and meters for the rest. So I don't think that's how metric works, which is really weird. But anyway, all right. So it was a little bit of their other works. Got that done. Actually, no, we're not completely done. Yeah, we're completely done. Because I was going to... And I was going to put out like make a scoreboard in Word, but should make the scoreboard in Word or not? Now let's make the scoreboard on camera for the gameplay, and once we do that, then we'll be that done. But anyway, alright, that'll be it for the video. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate watching this video, especially this one in particular. It wasn't that good. I'm sorry, but it's as good as I can do right now. I can't really do anything. I worked on... Actually, let me give you the secret preview just to just make me feel better at least. There you go. Yeah, I'm making a RWBY fanfiction again. Actually, it's a continuation of what I've been making, or what I started making in, or around at the end of Volume 3, like everyone's fanfiction. And now I'm making a trailer with my character Blair. He's going to be on top. There's going to be an alpha Beowulf right here, and he's going to be grabbing the mask of a creep with his left hand, with his gun in the right hand, and shooting the Beowulf. Some of the little wisps coming out in the air, some of the grim goo coming out in the air. I might have to get rated 18. It's that interesting, but it shouldn't be that bad. But I decided to take a different turn for my character for RWBY and make him like basically Doom Guy. Make him the anti-devil. Make him, because Doom Guy has turned out to be in the reboots, if not of all time, in the originals as well, he turned out to be the anti-devil. He goes to hell to make sure they can't do anything about anything else. So this on my character is basically just the Grimslayer. He's like the reincarnation or the second coming of the Grimslayer, which is going to be a legend. I'm going to plant in the in the fan fiction of the Grim Slayer being like some ancient foe, who totally existed, totally. This ancient guy who just killed all the Grim. In the early days of mankind civilization or whatever. Essentially, maybe it'd be a lie on Osmond's part to cover up the actual past of Remnant, which we find out in the later seasons. Not a spoiler or anything. In the later volumes, not a spoiler or anything. And yeah, that's an actual Alpha Beowulf mask. There's a reason because this semblance allows him to actually grab masks off of Grim if he holds his hand on them long enough or do enough damage with his gun. And like, I'm gonna also put in the background some tiny. I'm going to put in the background some tiny Deathstalkers running away, which you never see. In fact, the only time you see Grim run away is in the newer seasons, for very good reasons. But anyway, or is in Volume 8. Don't spoiler again, but yeah, there are things out there that even Grim are scared of. And Doomslayer is and Grimslayer is one of them. But anyway, alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I guess see you in a second.